Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. So, what I think I've come down to is there just aren't enough incidences of having to stealth around and fight people. So it makes each of the one-time incidences in which you can do that very, very critical, but then that is balanced by the fact that they are often very poorly designed and designed to only work in one fashion, which is either they are designed to be stealth sequences where you hopefully can get through the entire sequence and maintain stealth, or they're designed to be immediate run and gun sequences where there's very little chance, if any chance, that you'll be able to do it without
Could
stealth.
this be part of the Lost City?
Camera's being very awkward here. Look how slanted the floor is. So maybe we'll do more with the Lost City. And maybe we'll get into a tomb. It would be nice.
We now have heavy equipment in place within the main cavern. We intend to gain access to some kind of temple, even if we have to rip down its ancient doors to do so. While hundreds of artifacts have now been recovered and catalogued, 2 guard crews have gone missing in the mines. I have personally questioned the native prisoners. They claim to have no knowledge of the whereabouts of the missing guards. And though we've punished them harshly, I fear they are on the verge of revolt.
So this is a much more modern Christian style of decoration. We can see with our instincts that there's clearly a trapdoor puzzle, so we'll just jump over that.
Too close.
Not really close at all. I imagine if you didn't have the instincts leveled up like I do, you might have some trouble there. And this is exactly what we needed. We'll probably get some level of dialogue when we sit down too.
This mural shows the prophet preaching in Constantinople.
So my Greek is at level 5, but it seems that Russian level 3 has been locked off. We've got 2 Russian things at level 3 when we were maxed out, and the game just does not want to allow me to go any further yet.
Separated again. I just hope Jacob's still alive. I don't know exactly where I am. That's rapidly becoming the story of my life. I'm fighting to survive, yet strangely, I feel hopeful. There are incredible ruins all around me. This must be part of the Prophet's Lost City. But how much more is true? The divine source. Could it really be here?
So I could get Efficient Killer, and I finally got the knife, so some of these other abilities start to make sense. I'd totally forgotten about the triple shot idea. Execute close range bow finisher and improve the chance of looting special arrows from enemies. A chance of looting hollow point bullets from enemies. Improve the chance of looting grenades from enemies. I don't even think we're ready for that. Headshot indicators when you're aimed at the enemy's head. Increase the amount of ammunition looted from enemy corpses. I really don't even need that. right now. Body trap specialists. I still have yet to see any reason that you would need that. Demolitions expert, eye for detail, fight challenge objects more easily using survival instincts. That very well may have helped in the last recording because there was a challenge we didn't quite finish. Lightfoot would then allow me to get, I believe, something else. So, do I want... I think I'm just gonna stay down this path and get true shot for now. But the idea of coming back and getting scavenger is interesting. The idea of coming back and getting eye for detail is interesting. There's a decent chance it seems like we're gonna get everything. And unless there's something new to the craft, I don't think there's anything new to do with the bow. I don't think there's anything new to do with the gun. And I don't think there's anything new to do with the weapons. So what is it that I can upgrade? The crafting tool is required for everything. And I've been trying to save up so much coins. And unless the game decides to give us a lot more coins, I don't understand. It says upgrades available for the weapons. And then I'm looking here, and I'm not seeing any upgrades available. Alright, so let's go with each bow. All of these upgrades have been collected. Compound bow. All of these upgrades have been collected. Death's Breath. All of these upgrades have been collected. It's all the same upgrades. This... yeah. So it's not the bow that could be upgraded. And there was an indicator, though. Like, we know there was an indicator that was showing up to show if you could upgrade things. So the game must have just gone crazy. It must think I can upgrade things because it's not taking the crafting tool into consideration. Now, as far as the last few things that can be built here, I still need to do a lot more hunting. And as far as inventory, there's still a lot more that needs to be done there. So literally there's actually nothing that I can do. Let's just move forward. Now, on the map, there was a slight thought that it was going to end right there. Because the full map doesn't reveal itself, but it's pretty obvious. We're going to have sort of a tomb level, but still a very storyline focused level. We get over here.
These ruins are incredible.
Be nice if the camera had zoomed up.
Oh no!
And so you get a skill point, or I got a skill point right then and there. There's really no reason not to come back and apply it. Arrow retrieval and scavenger. Increase amount of ammunition. I don't think we really needed any one of those. Bow expert. And looting special things is probably not even useful right now. So I'm gonna go with eye for detail. I don't even believe there's a challenge in this area, so that's only going to be helpful when we go back to the previous area section. And it seems like kind of cut short the audio that I could have listened to.
Looks like Anna was right about the Lost City. The source has to be somewhere down here.
Like it was put up in a hurry. I can feel air coming through from the other side. I'm gonna see if I can break through. See another way out. Here.
Well, what's the plan?
I'm awkwardly trying to work my way through all this while trying to stealth all of this without. And the commitment here is that once you start down stealth, you just keep doing stealth. It seems strange that there's something collectible, but I don't know how to get to it. It must be under the ground.
I don't know who else it could be, but the sooner we get out of here, the better.
Now, we have a lot of Soviet corpses that they were talking about just then, which we have to remember those aren't the Trinity people.
Nothing on the radio?
No. There's tons of
She's using a combat knife now, which is,
assume we're still alive.
I guess, maybe quicker.
All the more reason to find a way out of here.
Comrades, it is imperative that you respond to my communiques. We are now in dire need of supplies and reinforcements. A full revolt is in progress, and the prisoners now control the excavation site and surrounding facilities. In retribution, I have ordered mass executions of prisoners from the native population. With any luck, these rebels will lay down their arms and surrender to save their own countrymen.
And we'll see if this gets me to Russian level 4. Nope. So yeah, it would make sense if you could run around and in some way, I thought maybe you'd break this wall. Play the game while listening to that dialogue. See, this is just a small bit of water, so it's not going to get me low enough to. So I'm gonna see if I can get one of these guys.
Hear that? I'll go look.
To go this direction.
Stay close.
Where the hell did this come from?
I'll just slowly curve behind him. Now this one over here is vulnerable. He doesn't see that shadow on him at all, apparently. We haven't seen many of these in a while. Wait a minute. If I pick up the crafting tool here, then why was there an opportunity to purchase the crafting tool at the store? I guess maybe the idea is that that's an upgraded version of the crafting tool?
Stay alert.
Man down. Spread out. Go. Search the area. Everybody keep searching.
On it. Let's go.
So is this guy...
Found her!
And so much for stealthy.
Come on, let's end this. Fire in the hole.
Let's... So I guess I could have used my ability to lock onto these characters with my bow and taking those last two out and maintain my stealthiness. And that seems like that's rather consistent with what they want you to do. You can apparently not finish any of these sequences without using a bow and getting some finishing kills. And I guess that's cool, but it kind of sucks.
It is clear to me now that our communications have been sabotaged. You likely have received none of my cables for quite some time. But I will continue transmitting, as it is my duty. Local natives attacked us on multiple fronts soon after we attempted to sway them with the executions of their countrymen. There are far more natives than we ever anticipated. It is clear that they come from the other side of the mountain and have been preparing their revolt carefully for years. We are now without power and water, and winter is upon us. Those of us who remain will soon be leaving. We have one train transport that we will take with us as many records and artifacts as we can.
So this game is just like, it didn't telegraph the idea that, oh, when you're at the end of a sequence like this, you should just shoot everybody, because that's the right thing to do. If it had somehow telegraphed that, I wouldn't be as, I suppose, frustrated would be the right word to use. Alright. Now that we have the crafting tool, and the game seems to have assumed that we were going to get the crafting tool, didn't work. I was thinking maybe there was a way to get down. Clearly there is some way to get downward. But I don't know what it is. So it seems like this was the point where it was just hard-coded to say you can make new upgrades. Let's see. Let's see. Increase damage with each shot. Or increase hold time. So we'll do this and this. And we'll come over the guns. And we'll do extend the magazines, custom grip. And we'll come over here. And we'll do polished receiver, which increases the fire rate. I really needed to do all of these things before I went much further because I was running out of room. And as we look, there doesn't seem like there's... Let's switch to Death's Breath. Doesn't seem like there's anything else that can be upgraded. No specific gun that happens to have another item. And I still have a lot of things. It's just... Let's come back and look. Salvage parts. We were almost at 50. We were at 44. And now we're back down to 11. And that's very helpful that we were able to spend that money. Still have no clue how we're going to get in there. And it's an awkward gameplay style to have the player so focused on trying to find how to get to that point that I don't even want to pay attention to the rest of the game or the main activity we're doing. Let's see. So we're back here now, and I guess we're just going to cross the wire. There must be a full circle that we take at some point. Or maybe we have to activate these things to pull down the gate to get into the building. This is a little slow, but nothing happened. The graphics are kind of glitchy when we're looking directly down the barrel.
Someone tried to get through this door before. I can use these other cables to rip open the door.
So, yeah, we are going in a circle. And I guess we're not going in that direction? Or not going right now because it seems like this ice is blocking our way. This doesn't feel like a scenario where we're going to be fighting anybody. Went the wrong direction and died. And very little penalty for that. But also it didn't feel like that was very much my fault. So
maybe I can push that cart off. Maybe I can push that cart off.
Here. But I assume I'm supposed to push this way.
The The truck's anchored to that door. It might be heavy enough to rip it open.
Let's see, there's something here, something here, something here, something all over this way, so I imagine we're going down that way. And so I guess we're gonna winch
Just
this.
need to find a way to push that truck into the chasm. The truck's anchored to that door. It might be heavy enough to rip it open.
Yeah, this feels like another very dumbed down sequence because it's main gameplay sequence versus a optional tune which instead would actually be something of a challenge and not have Lara explain everything to you. So now I just cut this with the knife, which this is the first instance of I assume I'm supposed to press X, but this actually is a cutscene. I'm fine with doing nothing. So yeah, we're just gonna run around in circles, trying to find everything. It's a little strange Lara doesn't have a artifact or look at statues mode, because clearly that statue is designed to be seen, but it doesn't really lock into any logical mechanic we've been doing before. That was very awkward how I jumped onto that. One assumes that this is just a quick one-way path, so with my survival instincts I can...
She's there by the mirror! Open fire! Keep her down! Suppressing fire!
Apparently not. Another fine example of...
I got a hit! Advancing to cover! Give me cover!
of not being able to play stealthily even if you wanted.
Man down! Cover me! I got you covered!
Not doing very good. Like, barely one headshot.
Give me suppressing fire!
I can't even see where they're coming from with all the smoke effects. This is one of those examples of the fancy graphics not even working to my advantage. And I'm just trying to play this like a game at the moment, which is probably costing me several opportunities for just more experience. I could have tried to make some bombs there, certainly. Lots of bullets, lots of scrap. Lots of other collectibles being collected. Of course, it's hard to justify ever using a handgun. as a monolith.
Now this makes sense. If I follow these directions...
So we've got an improved mapping system. We can put this here. And we started here. So we're going to go through a full circle. We may go under this section and reach this section. And that might be how it works. There's one more strong box. There's one relic. There's one more document. Which I guess might be a map. And then 3 coin caches, and we're seeing all 3 of them right now. And we're, as far as salvage, back up to 19. And we have that crafting tool. It's mostly an issue of hides. We just need more hides, and unless I pick them up via survival caches, I'm not really going to get them. Interesting. I feel like the hides are a little extra. Like, they're overly relied on, overly necessary in this game. And we will probably be, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at like 35% now. If we're still at 33%, I'd be surprised. Another 30 minutes in, but not hugely surprised. Yeah, still at 33%. Interesting. The way it moves the percentages forward certainly seems to be mostly just built around how far did you move the storyline forward. Well, I started this episode saying there's not enough incidences of fighting people, and it makes every incident where you do run into enemies very precious, and then they're not done that well. I still kind of stick by it after 30 minutes of almost only doing incidences of finding people, because neither one of them were that good. Neither one of them did they allowed me to play as a stealth player. Instead, they forced me to play as a run and gun shooter, and then the second fight had smoke bombs or something going off, so I couldn't even play very well as a run and gun shooter. Anyways, though, it's been that 30 minutes, so as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.